Hi guys, it's me JB here with a quick Christmas message. Just 10 minutes tonight, just to say thank you very much for your support for the last 12 months, and hopefully you continue to support for the next 12 months. Um, the audio commentaries have been amazing this year. It's topping whatever we did in 2018. 2018 we did magnificently well with the World Cup and everything, and this year we've just topped it. It's just been amazing. I know we had that problem with the Indian software company trying to claim my voice midway through the year, which knocked me off YouTube for 3 months. But I have to say, you guys have been supportive. When I went in hospital that time for my operation, you guys were there for me and supported me and understood why I couldn't make videos at that specific time. And the last few weeks, it's just taken off again. I think there's about 12 or 13 games that have gone into the four figures in terms of listening figures, into thousands. It's like, for me, that's big because I'm still a small time YouTuber. Let's not forget. I've been at these commentaries for 4 years. I'm still improving. I'm still learning. But obviously, there's been a new change. We've had new voices on. Mike Hardiman's been on as a new voice, as a new commentator. I would like to add to the commentary team in the new year. I know, I'd love to do some collaborations because next year, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Jamie Clark channel's 10th birthday. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory in a minute, how the channel originally started, because it was the content you're seeing and hearing now wasn't the original content I wanted to put out originally on the channel, because this is the reason why I want to give you a backstory. But next year we're planning some new stuff. We're planning to do snooker for the PS4, the snooker 19, cricket 19, and Formula 1. Of course, we'll be doing, needless to say, we'll be doing real life commentaries of the cricket season next year, and of course, and we'll have the 100 tournament, and we'll have 2020 Blast, and obviously Coventry Hearts have been good again of the England cricket team as well. And of course, we'll have Formula 1 as well. So we'll do some of the races that don't conflict with football. As Lewis Hamilton will go in search next year, whether he's with Mercedes or Ferrari. Well, there's speculation of him being linked with Ferrari for next year. I don't know whether that's the case. I would assume he'll stay at Mercedes, to be perfectly honest with you. So, as you know, we'll take a special look during next summer about Lewis Hamilton trying to win his 7th World Drivers' Championship. We'll be certainly covering the British Grand Prix and a couple of other big races during the course of the Formula 1 season. But we won't have all the races live because obviously football comes first in the list of sporting priorities on this channel. It's always been about football. This channel, and it will continue to be the same. It's just we're going to have different sports on as well, so we could just broaden the mind of the listener. I'll be looking at doing some collaborations. If Trevor Sports is interested in, I'd like to do a couple of collaborations with him next year. I'd love to. He took the guy who runs it, a wonderful guy called, I think it's Matt Edgar, who runs Trevor Sports, who runs that channel. I think he's done an amazing job on it. And a channel, I think it's one of many things. Now I'm going to do a series anyway. One of JB's channels to watch, and I think Trevor Sports is absolutely one of them. I think that will be the first of my new series, and I'll be showing some clips from Trevor Sports and showing what his content creates, because I think it's great that he's bringing back things like Grandstand, Sports Night, and stuff like that. These are sports programs that I used to watch as a kid. And it's like, my childhood we visited with the help of PS4 sports games. It's just amazing. He's a great content creator, and I know he's got a PlayStation 4. So if you've got me, if you are on the PlayStation 4, Trevor Sports, let me know, and I want to add you because I'd love to collaborate with you, because you seem like a really good guy. You're a serious YouTuber. You put a lot of tender loving care into your videos, like I do. I like to collaborate with people that put a lot of effort into their YouTube channels, and you're certainly one of them. So I'd like to do a collab with Trevor Sports, or for Trevor Sports even, team up with him, the guy that runs that. Next, so much I want to do, but let me give you the backstory on the JB Clark YouTube channel, because it's 10 years old. as I say, next year. Which to me, I never. Now, my original premise when I started off the channel, because let me just give you the backstory. Now, as a lot of people will already know, a lot of my subscribers, my very loyal subscribers will know, I'm a Burnley fan. A lot of the new ones won't properly realise that. So if you go back in my video archive, I've got thousands of videos at the moment. The original premise was to put Burnley highlights with my own commentary up. Now, I didn't, obviously because I just didn't have much time to do proper YouTube videos and stuff, and I never had a PlayStation 4 in those days. But the original premise was to stick old highlights of Burnley football games on, do my commentary, do my take on it with my own commentary as opposed to the original, uh, of games that were being played at the time. And I persevered with that for 4 years and decided it wasn't getting me any subscribers. So I decided to branch out a bit. So I tried FIFA. I bought a PlayStation 4 out of comfort really because I'd lost my mum. I'd lost some big family members in 2014. So in 2015 I got myself a PlayStation 4 and started streaming FIFA videos. And it started okay to start with, and then I thought, well, they're not making any sense. I'm picking up with the odd subscriber here and there. And then the next year, 2016, I had a light bulb moment. I used to canvas for a local windows and doors company in Clitheroe in Lancashire. And the guy I used to go out with, canvassing with, I used to travel in his car. He'd have TalkSport on every minute of every hour, every day. And I was thinking, how can I get noticed? How can I do this? How can I bring a new audience to my channel? And one night we were going home and we were listening to a Champions League match. And it might have been a semi-final of the Champions League, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But what I can say is the way that TalkSport built up, like the build-up to the game and the dramatic nature of the build-up, I thought, I think we could do this for the Euros. I think, and so I did the European Championships. I did a couple of playoff games just to test the waters, so to speak, and they got decent figures. So I thought, well, we'll go into the Euros, and I did 20 games of that tournament, and I did them all. I got to tell you, I did them all by myself. I didn't have Chris, or I didn't have Ross, or I didn't have Mike helping me at the time, because I didn't know at the time I was going to have commentators within the future. Then obviously so we did a full domestic season. I did 39-40 matches from all competitions the next year, which is quite good. A lot of them Burnley games, and then obviously we've done another 40. We did another 40 the next year. We did another 70 or 80 because of the World Cup, which was amazing. And then we did another 70 odd last year, which was, again, we did 74 commentaries last year. And we've added three new commentators to the fold. Obviously, we've got Mike, Chris, and Russ. And Russ always helps out when he can, and Mike as well. As for Chris, he's been very busy recently. That's why he's not been listed a lot on that's why you've not heard his voice a lot on the channel. It's not because he doesn't want to broadcast. It's because he's got his own stuff as well. He's got his own agendas, he's got work and stuff, so he's been very busy with work. But he tells me, because I'm always in constant contact with him through Facebook and YouTube and Skype and whatever thing like that, he tells me that he's hoping to be back in the new year, hopefully for the third round of the FA Cup, which will be bringing you at least 3 or 4 live commentaries from. Not to mention a certain Merseyside derby, I think, which is going to have added spice to it now at Anfield come January, because Carlo Ancelotti looks like being the new Everton manager. He's agreed in principle, so that's good news. So plenty coming up at the end of the semi-finals of the League Cup. I think we might be doing Liverpool tomorrow yet. I'm not quite sure yet. So, but there's still plenty for me to offer over the next week or so before the new year, because we'll have obviously we'll have all the festive fixtures, which is going to be good. So in between Christmas and New Year, we'll be bringing you 2 or 3 more commentaries, hopefully, and then the new year we hit the FA Cup trail, the road to Wembley properly. We've done a couple of early round, a couple of games from the early rounds, and it was nice to commentate on teams like Malden and Tiptree and several other teams like that, and it was nice. And Chamberlain was the other one, wasn't it? So we broke new ground with that. That got those two matches got decent figures, but we'll bring you proper play on the FA Cup as well. We'll bring you some David and Goliath ties as well as the big ones like Liverpool, obviously. Wins against Arsenal will certainly be another one we do on the Monday. So there's plenty to look forward to in the next 12 months on this JB Clark YouTube channel. And first of all, I'm going to quote something that the great Luke Grade, if you're old enough to remember Luke Grade, he was the man behind a television company called ATV that ran ITV in the Midlands for many, many years. And I read a quote online, what Lou said at the time. He says, "I don't make programs for critics, I make them for the public. The public are who we make it for. And that's who I make it for. I make it for you guys, the public, the people that will listen to it. I don't make it for critics. If people want to criticise my channel, that's entirely up to them. But back up your substances." There have been too many times where I've seen people that have criticised my channel and made critical comments that have been wide of the mark, and then when I check their channel out, they've not even tried to put a video up. And it boggles the mind how many people that criticise what I do, but yet can't even have the goal to go in front of a camera or behind a microphone and actually talk to people about their passions and their reasons for going onto YouTube. It just doesn't make. Why set up a YouTube channel when you don't make any use out of it? If you want to do a YouTube channel, do one by all means, but put some content on it and put some hard labour into it, because that's the way it should be. But I just want to say, forget about the critics. It's you guys that make it. If you keep enjoying the content, I will always keep doing it. And my compadres. It's these commentaries are for the family, and I think New Caton's actually been quite a good contributor already this season. He's come on this season. He's become a moderator. Mike's become a new voice, and hopefully we'll hear a bit more of Mike Arneman in the new year as well, along with myself and Russ, and of course Chris Whiteman hopefully making his comeback as well. Hopefully Trevor Sports will collaborate with me, and if he wants to do some commentary for me, I'd be quite happy to have him on board. So if you're watching, mate, give it, let me know. Well, that's it from me. The only thing I've got left to say to you guys and to all the subscribers out there, it goes without saying, have a fantastic Christmas. Have a wonderful Christmas. And have a fantastic start to the new year and to the new decade, of course, because the new decade arrives in just over 10 days from now, I think. Yeah, 10 days now. We've got 10 days left in 2019. Can you believe that? So we have 355 days, and we've still got another 10 to go. And don't forget, guys, it's 366 days next year. We've got a leap year. February the 29th is making a welcome return for 1 year only. So, yeah, I think 2020, sorry, it's going to be great. 2019 has been a great year for the channel. If 2020 can top what's gone before this year, then we'll have done magnificently well. One of our big aims, actually, before I go, is to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of next year. So that's my big target for next year. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge that I'm going to relish. But as I say, needless to say, I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas and a fantastic New Year. And I'll see you soon. All right, then. Have a fantastic Christmas and New Year. You will be hearing from me in the due course anyway, but I thought I'd better wish you all a very, Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful Christmas, have a wonderful New Year, but you will hear from me before then, I'm sure. But here's to the next 12 months and to the 10th anniversary of the JB Clark YouTube channel. Have a fantastic evening. Have a good Christmas. Bye-bye. Ta-ra.